What's up, YouTube? I thought I'd do a quick video explaining how I raise rainbow fry and just talk about some of the methods and things that I use to raise rainbows. Plus, we're actually at my job right now. I'm a teacher. I won't tell you which school I work for or show you too much of the classroom, but I will tell you that I am at work and I am doing this with my classroom. So here's the tank right here, and you can just see one little itty bitty rainbow. There they are right at the top, just zigging and zagging through the water. They are so super tiny though. I mean, the kids I work with, usually what I do, since they are visually impaired, is I show them like a grain of rice and say, think even like maybe even half the size of this, and that's how big our fish are. So they're just really puny, and these guys are maybe a week and a half old. So they're still eating like infusoria and all the little microorganisms in a tank. And planted tanks are actually great because with plants break down, like with these brown leaves, and then create microorganisms in the water that the fish can actually eat. So as the fish grow bigger, they're going to need some more small foods. And I've got all of them right here. There's the bell ringing in my classroom right there. So the first food I go with is vinegar eels. And you can just barely see them moving through the reflection there. And basically what vinegar eels are, and this is pretty interesting, a speaker in our club explained this, that originally, before food was really processed and everything like that, all vinegar had vinegar eels. But that was like over 100 years ago. So you're not going to have to worry about vinegar eels in your vinegar now. So basically what you do to create a vinegar eel culture is apple cider vinegar and apples. Our speaker told us that you actually don't need to worry about apples so much. You can actually just use sugar directly into a vinegar culture regularly. So what I like to do is put a big portion of basically vinegar and eels, and vinegar with the vinegar eels in a bottle like this. Then you can use filter floss or cotton balls and then fill the top with dechlorinated water. Then you fill it, then the eels basically swim up through the cotton into the top. Then you take a pipette like this, squeeze it into the water, and then put it directly into the tank. Another way you can do it is I've got 2 jugs like this. And what I'll do sometimes if I'm feeding a bunch of fry, like 50 to 100, is put a funnel in top of one of these, take the other half-gallon jug, put a coffee filter in the funnel, and then pour it through that. And I might do another video of me doing that shortly. And then take the coffee filter and then just dump it directly into the tank. After the fry get maybe, I'll say 1 to 2 months old, I move up to a bigger live food, which is banana worms. And the kids actually love making banana worms. So banana worms, the way I make them is banana, preferably brown bananas because they're easier to mix up into the mixture. But banana, oatmeal, instant oatmeal works. A portion of an old banana worm culture and dry active yeast on top of that. The dry active yeast is important. That's what really gets the microworms going. And then typically what I do is use a finger, a paintbrush, or a cotton swab, scrape the outside because you can actually see the worms on the outside here. All of that is banana worms right there, and put it directly into the tank. Then, after they get about 3 to 4 months old, I like to move up to this, which is a micro pellet. And basically I got this off of Aquabid, and its nickname is Fry Crack. And it actually has 50% protein. And I like any food that has lots of protein in it. Tropical Color Granules is great. You can actually crush that up. But if you're like me and don't like to put the work in, you buy the food pre-ready. To put it in context, I've bought probably about a ½ pound of this, and I've used maybe about a quarter of it, and I've had it for almost a year, and the rest of it just sits in my freezer, and I grab more when I need it. So you want to have a strong protein source. Live foods are always great. Small foods like this are great. The neat thing about this seller is if you look him up and look up Fry Crack on Aquabid, is he'll sell this really fine powdery one, and then he'll sell different grades as well too, going bigger, and he'll sell it by micron size. So some people like to use golden pearls and stuff like that. That really hasn't worked too well for me personally, but I like to use vinegar eels, move up to microworms, and then usually about the time I'm with microworms, maybe a little bit later, I'll use the Fry Crack. And that has worked best for me. So what I'm hoping to do with these little guys is, since I've only got about, I think, 11 to 13 in here, I'm probably going to pull another mop out of the adults that I have home in my 55. And in case you're wondering, these are actually Rosario LaCourte Boesemani fry. And what I'm probably going to do is stick another mop in here to hatch and see how many I get. And then I have to take out this lovely cherry barb, and then I'm probably going to put another couple mops in this tank as well and see how they go. So with a mop, depending on how many eggs you get on it, you can get anywhere from 10 to about 100 fry. So what I'll have to do is in another couple months do an update video and show you how these guys are doing. But I just wanted to show you guys how I grew rainbow fry. So talk to you soon. Bye.